A stay-at-home order is now in its fifth week, but one Bay Area woman is going on her fifth month in lockdown. Only on 5, Maria Medina sat down with one of the first Americans quarantined by the federal government.
She was one of the first Bay Area residents to be quarantined and then interviewed about her ordeal. Esther Tabecca and her daughter managed to escape the epicenter of the COVID-19 outbreak in January and return home here. Never would they have imagined what would unfold in the United States in the months to come.
Coming back to this is really something I've never imagined.
When we first met Esther, it was February. She just finished a 14-day quarantine on a U.S. military base with her daughter, Haya.
Hi, baby.
Hi.
Both managed to get on a chartered evacuation flight from Wuhan to the U.S. before the Chinese government locked down all travel and trapped millions from leaving.
There was a sense of panic, and at the same time, everybody seemed extremely relieved.
Mother and daughter were certainly relieved. They tested negative for COVID-19 and were finally back home.
I was ready for my life to go back to normal.
Esther reopened her Palo Alto acupuncture clinic, and Haya returned to boarding school in Chicago. But that normalcy lasted only a few weeks.
I definitely thought the virus was going to make its way to America, but I had no idea how bad it was going to be. It was terrifying. I'm going to be completely honest, it was terrifying.
The 15-year-old who'd witnessed Wuhan's strict lockdown asked her parents to send her back home. Days later, Governor Newsom announced the stay-at-home order.
I never thought I came back from China, I escaped from Wuhan and come into this.
Right. Want me chopping for you?
Esther and her daughter have essentially been quarantined now, albeit a few weeks, since January. Esther's business has been shut down even longer. She's now taking virtual appointments and says she's even treated COVID-19 patients.
I want to fight this. I want to fight with others all together.
Esther and Haya, who've lived under two very different government orders, say there is a stark contrast between America and China when it comes to the people's response.
People were a lot more serious and panicked about the virus there. They took everything into effect immediately. There was no leniencies.
Both say they'll continue to quarantine as long as it takes.
There's no negotiation here.
And Esther and her daughter were visiting family in China before they were evacuated. They were never infected with COVID-19. In San Jose, Maria Medina, KPIX 5.